Hi friends, it's Pat here for what are we on? Sunday the 22nd. So we're switching up for Crazy Quilty March on our calendar. We're switching up Sunday for Monday because basically my plans changed. So I am home on Monday because everybody's home on Monday now. That's like everybody's home. So I won't be having to pick anybody up from the airport like I originally thought I was going to do when I did the calendar back in February. So we're going to switch it up, and today's challenge is to talk about friends. And that even it's right now, friends are maybe much more important than they were before because it is harder to connect with your friends in some cases because maybe your friends are more like a personal group. And so now you're having to try to find a way to connect that's not in person. So yeah, but let's talk about friends. Let's talk about what kind of quilty friends do we have. We have the ones we see in person. Now you might belong to a guild, and the guilds are meet maybe monthly or twice a month. You might belong to something that's a smaller bee where you have friends. You probably have friends that are not quilt makers. There's all of those. We celebrate all of our friends. But what I want to do for your challenge today is think about your friends, whether it's your quilt friends or your other friends, if you haven't maybe connected with them. And I want you to connect with some friends today. They could be, like I said, they could be quilt friends or not quilt friends. But if you are feeling like, well, you don't really have any quilt friends, but you want some, then come into my community page at Facebook along with Pat Sloan and start to make some friends. And it's not that hard there. Share a picture of your quilt. Maybe say where you live. Actually, definitely say where you live. Because if you say where you live, if you say, I live in, like to me, I live near Washington, D.C. in Virginia, then people who live nearby everybody loves to say hello and where they're from. And so you might eventually find somebody local that you would meet in person, or you just make new friends just online. If you see somebody's quilt in my group and you love their quilt, tell them you love their quilt. Look at who they are. Start to follow whenever they post and chat with them in the comments. People have made friendships that are lasting, long lasting. I have amazing friends who are basically internet friends. I rarely see them in person, maybe once a year, maybe once every couple of years, depending on which trade shows we go to. We both are at. So, and they're dear friends, and some of them are friends that I actually email with or write on Facebook or message every few days. And so they're very strong friendships. So you don't need to have just in-person friends to feel very fulfilled. You can do that. You have amazing ways now to communicate with video. You can, even if you don't do video, you can at least show your stuff. If you don't want to show your own person, your sweet face, you can show blocks or just tilt the camera down and show what you're working on together. Just have the video open so you can chat back and forth live, basically. There are so many technology things that you can bring in for your friends. Like right now, my local friends that I see usually once a month, and sometimes when I'm traveling, it might only be like 4 times a year I would get to see them because the meeting was a set time or is a set time. So we have a Facebook group, and I mentioned talking about having Facebook groups for that. So like today, or yesterday rather, we were writing about what we were working on, and one of them is moving and she's buying a house, and she was, telling us about that. Another one's daughter just bought a house. So we were having this really great connection to keep up with each other because we know that it'll probably be a little while before we see each other in person. Okay, so that's your challenge today. Connect with somebody, at least one somebody. And if you make that person an internet person, like somebody in the online community, that's awesome. If you've never made a comment on a post, see somebody's beautiful quilt, make a comment. If you've never made a post, make a post, make some friends. So that's our challenge for today. But I want to do some Q&A here on this one because yesterday was quilt day. Yay! If you haven't gone to the community page at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, go. There was a fabulous quilt show. So many people were posting their quilts outside. And a couple people wrote like, well, why would you put your quilt outside? It's like, because it's fun. And it's quilt day. You put it outside, take a picture and share. And that's what we did. It's kind of like putting up Christmas decorations. You just decorated your front door, your lawn, uh, your banisters. It's just glorious. People put them on their clotheslines. And it's just amazing. There were so many. It's so much fun. I did a little video of mine. So they're out there. And these are the blocks that I was working on yesterday. And I know some of you started making them. Some of you made them too as well for Quilt Day. So yay, that's super fun. Today is Gudrun's sew along for the quarantine quilt along. And I don't know where my bundle is, but I'm going to do mine in red, white, and black bundle. Now she's going to be giving directions, and I'll link it back under the video here. She'll have directions to how to make it. You saw the picture and in the supply list, it's fat quarters, but she will be giving the directions out and doing her videos, and so you can watch them at YouTube. And I'll have a link to her YouTube for that. And the pattern, I don't know how she's putting it out, and maybe she's putting a couple different PDFs, or maybe there'll be one at the end, but I know that whatever it is won't be there for long. This is kind of a one-time thing. Now, if you want to start today like I am, but you don't intend to finish today, I got your back, because that's what I'm doing. I'm going to make a block or two today, and then I will continue, because I can't spend a whole day sewing on that. And I think it's actually more fun for me to sew on it through this period of time when we're basically at home. Stay at home, like we have to stay at home. So that's what I'm going to do, is work on that one. I've got a nice bundle. Let me see if I can grab it. I see it over here. Yeah. So this is the bundle. So it's red, white, and black, because I know I won't get bored with that. I get bored easy. So that is what I'm going to sew on for the quarantine along, and it will not be finished today for me. So if you want to just jump in and just pick your fabric today, share it over in my Facebook group, or tell me about it if you're not on Facebook. Tell me about it here. Also remember to go to the blog post yesterday. I'll link that down below, because you want to enter the, I have Orfil thread and a folding mat from Olfa. There's 2 chances, so you want to go over there and get in on that. And I did want to answer one question. I thought, since I'm here in this spot in the studio today taping this, I had a question from, who was it from? Sorry, my head's right in there. Diane, I think it says Diana or Diana. She wanted to know how my design wall was made. This wall, I'm going to take this here. This wall was made a long time ago. So I'm going to take over the edge. There we go. So this design wall was made a super long time ago. These are some sort of styrofoam panels we got. They're maybe a 1/4 inch thick. Yeah, they might be about a 1/4 inch thick. And so you can see all the way down. This panel goes from here up to there, and then it goes over. It's pretty long. It goes the whole length. Yeah, it goes the whole length of there. So there's one panel here and one panel up there. I think that's how it is. Yeah. Okay, so, and then what I did is, let me set this back down so I can talk. So what I did is I spray basted, and you can see, I'll push this so that we can see the edge. So I spray basted this with glue, this styrofoam panel, because I can push, so I've got a mic on, so let me come back over here. So I can push these in here. See the pins? Can you hear? Yeah, so it's styrofoam. So I spray basted that styrofoam, and then wrapped the flannel around it. And this is just flannel like you would use. It's just plain, like sort of off-white flannel. And then after we spray basted the styrofoam, then we put all the flannel down and wrapped it around the back edges. Now, when I think we may have taped it on the back, or we spray based the back too to lay, get it on the back side. So basically, they're wrapped around, but not fully, just over the edge. So it's underneath. And then originally, I had bookcases in another part of my house that I used for my studio. Originally, I had bookcases, and then these would just stand. I had them standing up in front of the bookcases. But when I moved to this space, there is not enough room for the bookcases. I mean, this is not a big room. So Greg bolted these to the wall. So they're just bolted on. I have had these with the same flannel for at least 20 years, maybe 25 years. Occasionally I just get out the sticky roller and get the threads off, but the stuff still, most of this is up here without any pins. If it gets any weight on it, sometimes I have to put a pin, but for the most part, I can put any kind of block up here still, and it's the same flannel. And it was just regular, quilt shop flannel, so nothing that fancy. So that's how that wall came about, the design wall. And it goes up, I'll show you up here. It goes up quite a ways. There you go. And I have to actually get on a step ladder to get up at the top if I want to use the top part. And then of course I have stuff down below. So it's not a huge, I don't get the maximum use, but it's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to start our day. And you're going to do some quarantine quilt along with me. So I'm Pat Sloan. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed, get that down there so you can get all my posts. And I will have a fireside chat tomorrow night, which is Monday night, at our regular time, which is 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So I'll see you there. Bye.